Welcome back to my $10 to $1,000 challenge just through disc golf alone. After episode 2, we are up to $278. That's a huge profit so far. We're going to keep going. I got some new discs. I've played a couple more events. So let me give you an update and a recap on the event side. I'm going to come out with more of the discs I flipped in the next episode, and then I'm also going to change the format. I'm also going to show you everything I found in the used bins as well, because I need to also flip those as part of this challenge. We just got some really sick Discraft discs that I found in replay. But let's start talking about the events. So just to recap here, I got a first place Bill Allen Mini that kicked the whole thing off. Got a first place C Tier 1 and Trophy Club, second place Armory C Tier Flex, and then I added 2 more events in. Now let's talk about the Alex Clark event. It's a 2-rounder event in the gold layout, and I signed up at the very last second. So here, I'll tell you all about it, show you some videos, and we'll jump into the second event here in a second. Let's get into round 1. I'll show you round 1 and 2 throughout here. Going with a flat top Firebird to start the tournament. It's a great disc, best run of Firebird, and left myself exactly where I wanted to be for the OB. Give myself an easy C1. You could just tell on my body language right there. Kind of like held on to it a little bit. Just a little unfortunate one to not start off with the birdie on hole 1, but I followed up with a much harder hole and parked it with a hex. A little over 300, I think, right there, and was able to get the birdie. But I will save you from having to watch a bunch of missed putts. You know, you're going to see a lot of this. Just, you know, circle 2 wasn't connecting. You know, even some of these circle 1 bids right here. Another low left, you know, off the top, out of the chains, and yeah, wasn't my best putting day. And you know, we're all going to have putting days where we just are not on fire. You know, the problem here, and you listen to this whenever I talk about round 1, I think all I was thinking about here was just stay in cash, right? Like I was the maybe second or third highest rated player here, if not the highest. I don't know. I kind of found myself being like, well, obviously you're gonna cash, right? Like I wasn't really going for the win per se. Which, looking back on this, I'm like, why did I take such a soft approach? I could have easily just, you know, bared down, played my game, and been perfectly fine. Picked up another birdie there, and this is where I stopped filming here. Double Mando, hit the telephone poles that kicked me OB. That one hurt. All right, well, round 1 just finished up. A little bit, some tough putts out there. Just was hitting left chains, and nothing was really sticking for me. But we're going to make some changes to some of the plays. I made some dumb decisions out there. And you ever have a round where you feel like you played like absolute, like the worst round ever? That's how today felt. But I still ended up going over my rating, 977 right now. So we'll take that. We're on lead card for round 2. And again, I just need to stay in the cash, get some of that money back, keep building up our way to 1,000. Didn't really prep for this one, to be frank with everybody. I'm going to head back, grab some lunch, and yeah, we're going to go get after it for round 2. Let's jump into round 2 here. Going with the Pyro off the tee this time. The wind had switched directions. Now we had a headwind. Went with the Pyro, actually went deep. Gave myself another C1 putt, and it just stayed on the band whole time. Was able to make a good adjustment for hole, what is this, like 4 right here. Was able to pick up that birdie, but it was definitely picking up the wind. You could see my shirt was just blowing crazy right there. And this is one of my favorite holes. Such a fun little over-the-top shot. Well, not really over-the-top. Got to kind of slot through those trees. Was able to pick that up both days, so that was really exciting. And especially for hole 1 right here, I love this route. I know more people need to take this route. Got it with the cash both days, except for round 2. Really had to make this putt in order to get the birdie. A little bit longer one, good putt, and you know, just frustrating. Outside of that one, just nothing really felt like it was clicking on fire. Changed up my play here, 400 plus foot hole with the TL to give myself a chance at a circle 2. Ended up pushing long past the basket, and you know, not enough on that one. So I need to really work on my circle 2 putting. Just finding myself for the last 2 tournaments, 2 events that I've played, that has been pretty cold for me. You know, even on this really tough hole, giving myself a look to get a birdie and just short. So I don't know if it's a commitment issue or something, but and I hate even having to show this, but I missed the Mando again on the right-hand side. I was so frustrated. Almost stopped filming again, decided to keep going, and was able to pick up this birdie here through that TL. It's a solid disc, and almost actually put this one in. All right, tournament just wrapped up. I had to just stop filming, man. It's too distracting. I couldn't focus, honestly. And I'm not complaining about where we finished. We got third place. So it was a $65 entry, $108 payout. And so that'll put me at 43 bucks on a road to 1,000. It's not bad. So I'm gonna head over to replay and see if I can find anything in the used bins. And like what could have been today, whatever. We still finished third place somehow. I don't know how. Like it feels like I should have been out of cash, but it's nice that bad rounds for me are still cashing. So is what it is. We'll move on and see if we can find some cool discs here at replay. So the second event we played was a Power Disc Golf Academy qualifier event. This popped up on my radar. I saw an Instagram feed with Nicole and Ezra saying that they had a really, really cool event where if you qualify in the top half of your division, you get a qualifier or an invitation to, I think it's Eagle Crossing or something like that in Missouri. So I was like, okay, let's go after that. That sounds like fun. It's built on my local course. I went out there and I took second place, but I tied with 3 other people for second and only the top 3 were getting payout. So we didn't get quite as much of a profit on that one. Only ended up getting, $10. First place, I think, was like 189. So congrats to Casey on a great win. We lost by 1 stroke. It was 14 under, and then 3 of us were 13 under. It was a very interesting event. Had a blast playing it, but I definitely recognize something where in this challenge, I keep looking at live scoring and being like, hey, where's last cash? Make sure I don't embarrass myself on YouTube because I don't want to miss cash an event. I'm like, well, you dummy. What a silly way to go about playing disc golf. So I'm done with that type of a mindset. We're going to go out there and we're going to go for wins because that's what I love doing. Not necessarily like, okay, let's just scoot by and make sure we, make it into cash. So ratings after a couple like lame events for the last 2 still went up 2 points. I'm 977 rated right now. That's great. And I don't have anything currently planned on the event calendar. I'm going to have to kind of see what pops up and where I can go in and make an effort to get some good cash. Let's go over the 5 events that we've been competing in. Now, with all the entry fees actually taken out and just thinking about just the profit and loss, we're up to $199 in profit off that initial $10 entry fee. That's great. We're almost like 20x'd our entry fee that we originally started with, and obviously not missing cash helps a ton. So we're going to continue to look for events where we have a really good chance to cash. And then just a quick snapshot, I am up to $178 in used bin flips. The next episode is going to go over those flips. So make sure you are tuned in and watching for that one. I'm going to release a couple probably this weekend. And also kind of go back to the original format that this channel started with, just going over the used bin flips, because I know a ton of you are here for that. And while this is a fun challenge, I also am sitting on some really, really cool finds that I want to show you. So stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed. We're over 800 somehow. My big goal is to get to 1,000. So if you're still watching, hit that subscribe button because I can actually start offsetting some of the cost of making the used bin finds once I'm monetized on YouTube. So that is kind of like a big goal for me. Anything you do to help me would be greatly appreciated, and stay tuned for the journey.